Spider-Man No Way Home swings into theaters Thursday, December 16th. That's right, we're finally getting this meme, the movie. But a lot's happened to the webhead since he teamed up with Tony Stark and helped save the universe. Here's everything I think you might need to know about the MCU's Spider-Man before you watch Spider-Man No Way Home. Captain America: Civil War. During Tony's freedom versus security argument with Captain America, he needs all the firepower he can get. Tony heads to Queens, New York, where he's figured out that Spidey's secret identity is none other than high school student Peter Parker. He builds $1 million suit for the teenager so he can join in the fight against lethally trained superheroes. Because why not, Tony Stark? Spidey manages to hold his own against Captain America and takes down the oversized Ant-Man. And he manages not to embarrass himself during his rookie debut, Spiderman Homecoming. But Spidey's not an Avenger yet. He gets to keep the suit while waiting around for Tony Stark to call him for help. His friend Ned figures out his secret, and his crush has a crush on Spider-Man. Oh, Peter. Meanwhile, a salvage unit led by the grouchy Michael Keaton is flying around calling himself the Vulture, with alien technology debris stolen from the Avengers' previous movie battles and selling the junk on the black market. Things get weird when Peter finds out that Liz's dad is none other than Michael Keaton the Vulture. And then Michael Keaton figures out that Peter is Spider-Man. Ruh-roh. Keaton tries to steal a plane full of treasures from Tony Stark, but Spider-Man stops him and saves the day. He gets dumped by Liz, but Tony offers him a full-time job on the Avengers. Peter's like, nah, I'm a child still. I should probably stay in school. Good call, Peter. Also, turns out Zendaya is MJ. Yes, Zendaya is MJ. Avengers Infinity War. Thanos' crew arrives on Earth in a spaceship to steal the Time Stone from Dr. Stephen Strange. They can't get it off of him, 'cause magic! So the aliens kidnap Dr. Strange and take him to Thanos' homeworld. Iron Man and Spidey, in his cool new suit, hitch a ride on the spaceship and save Dr. Strange. But then Tony's like, what if we just took the fight to Thanos head on? Not a great plan. They team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Dr. Strange looks into the future, but he only sees one path to defeating Thanos. After the gang gets stomped by Big Purple, Dr. Strange gives him the Time Stone to save Tony's life. Thanos snaps his fingers, and half the life in the universe disappears. Tony watches as the Guardians and Strange turn into dust, and Peter Parker dies in his arms. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Ugly cry.
5 years later.
Avengers Endgame. The Avengers collect all the Infinity Stones in their time heist, Hulk snaps his fingers, and everybody reappears, including Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Tony's so happy that he gives him a big hug. Ugly cry again. Thanos almost kills everybody again, but Tony gets the stones and snaps his fingers and saves the universe by turning Thanos into dust. But the powerful snap is too much for Tony's frail human body, and he dies, and everyone is sad. Spider-Man European Vacation. Peter's still mourning Tony's death when he goes on a European class trip with his best friend Ned and his #1 crush Zendaya, who has already figured out that Peter is in fact Spider-Man. He's doing a real bad job hiding that identity. Samuel L. Jackson shows up and gives Peter a pair of sunglasses that Tony Stark left for him. The sunglasses control a global satellite network of missiles and drones, a perfect gift for any teenager. Jake Gyllenhaal shows up to fight monsters from another dimension, and Spidey's like, wow, maybe you should have these super powerful sunglasses, because you're the real hero. But it turns out that that was Gyllenhaal's plan all along. The interdimensional monsters were just holograms and drones, and Gyllenhaal's a disgruntled Stark employee who just wants a hold of the sunglasses so he can be a hero. Peter figures out this villainous plot and fights him. Gyllenhaal accidentally shoots himself with his own drone. Or was it an illusion? You never know with Mysterio. Later, a video's been leaked to the media. The Gyllenhaal's dying words. He reveals to the whole world that
Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker.
What the fudge? Thanks for watching this video. The multiverse is opening.
My nerd senses are tingling.
Wait.
Stephen Kropa.
You can't just cover the MCU's Iron Spider line. This is a multiverse story. You have to go into the Ramiverse. 2002 Spider-Man. Norman Osborn is a self-made industrialist and something of a scientist himself trying to secure valuable military contracts. Instead of going back to formula, Norman injects himself with experimental chemicals, goes a little crazy, becomes the Green Goblin, and kills all his rivals. Seeing excellence in the webhead, he offers Spider-Man friendship, only for him to be spat in his face. After trying to talk some sense into the lad, Norman is stabbed by Spider-Man with his own glider, right in the crotch. 2004 Spider-Man 2, Pizza time. Otto Octavius is a brilliant scientist trying to create a renewable energy source using fusion. It doesn't work, and his artificially intelligent robot arms, they become accidentally fused to his spine, creating Dakak. He tries again, but the menace Spider-Man thwarts him and causes the experiment to go awry. Otto bravely sacrifices himself to save the people of New York, dying a hero to all. 2007 Spider-Man 3. Things are going pretty well for old Peter Parker now that his GF MJ knows he's Spider-Man. That is until Harry Osborn's back in Green Goblin 2 Electric Boogaloo. Using his father's tech, he's out for revenge for Norman's death and for stealing his girlfriend. Can you blame him? A wrongly convicted felon is trying to get money so his daughter can afford a life-saving treatment. This working-class hero tries to overcome the American medical institution after becoming imbued with the power of sand. What does Spider-Man do? Punch him and stuff. Up-and-coming photojournalist Eddie Brock is out for Peter's job at the Daily Bugle. With all this mounting tension, Peter gets into a ill-advised relationship with a black alien suit. The goop makes him angry, violent, and an amazing dancer. Peter beats up Harry so badly he forgets the last 3 movies. Then he turns Sandman into mud, breaks MJ's heart. Realizing that he and the goop are a bad fit, he dumps the gunk, and the alien finds a new partner in Eddie Brock. They come together, fall in love. We are Venom. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Venom and Sandman team up to fight Spidey. Harry realizes being bad ain't that good, so he swoops in to save their friendship. Venom goes boom, and Sandman goes whoosh. Harry dies, and MJ and Peter share a heartbreaking, bittersweet hug.
Thank you so much. If you like this video,
What about Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man?
Oliver Berger, well, yeah, I mean, I guess Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire might be in the movie, so maybe we should.
I guess we should, so we will. This is The Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield plays Spider-Man, a skateboarding version of him at least, and he's dating Emma Stone, who is not playing Mary Jane Watson, but instead playing a woman by the name of Gwen Stacy. A one-armed scientist named Kirk Connors tried to use lizard DNA to cure cancer and grow back his missing arm. While he did grow back the arm, he also turned into a crazy lizard creature with no snout, who tried to turn everyone else in New York into a crazy lizard with no snout. Spider-Man uses an anti-lizard antidote to save the people of New York. Everyone's happy. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 features Jamie Foxx as Spidey's #1 fan. He's a super nerdy electrical technician by the name of Max Dillon, who, on his birthday, accidentally zaps himself and falls into an open pit of electrical eels. I know, the kind that you just leave laying around. This turns him into human electricity and known as Electro. This isolation caused by this electricity is now taken out on Spider-Man. Then we have Harry Osborn. He's back and he's a little elf on a shelf now. But this angry little rich boy is mad and grouchy at his dad because he gave him an incurable disease. This disease can only be cured by one thing: Spider-Man's blood. Spider-Man doesn't want to give it to him, and for good reason, because when Harry gets it, it ends up driving him crazy and turning him into this goblin creature. After Peter and Gwen end up stopping Electro using electromagnetic doohickeys, Green Goblin ends up showing up and killing Gwen. It's super sad. Oh, and Paul Giamatti's in it. That's right. The amazing actor campaigned to try to play this Russian character. And did? He's in the beginning and the end, and, well, I hope it was worth it, Paul.
Okay, great. So that's a wrap on all the Spider-Man movies. No
But
more.
wait a second, Charlie. What about Venom? The ever-beautiful Tom Hardy gets into a Spice Girls when two become one scenario with some black flower from outer space, only to then become best friends, nom nom on some people, and then fight some giant Twizzler, aka Woody Harrelson as Big Red?
Totally fair. Venom might actually be in this movie. Great. Thank you, Kara. I think that's
No.
Ugh. Sexy magician Eric Siegel.
What about Into the Spider-Verse? Yeah, they totally nailed the multiverse. You should know that, Charlie. Miles Morales gets spider powers and fights alongside his spider buddies from other dimensions, including Gwen Stacy, Peter B. Parker, Manga Spider-Man, Noir Spider-Man, the Spider-Ham. Yeah, Peter Porker is Spider-Ham.
Yeah, we get it. Okay. Anything else? Do we have Spider-Man?
Charlie, what about the PlayStation games where you fight bad guys and swing through the air as Peter Parker or Miles Morales? Video games!
Again with the Marvel crap? How many times do you need to see these two-dimensional characters save the f***ing world? It's ridiculous and boring. Grow up. You cannot be a child again. You're an adult, and all the other adults are looking at you, and they're f***ing laughing.
Okay, London Boyd, that was mean. Thank you. Yeah, no, I know. There's other movies out there. I know. Point is, there could be any infinite number of things that could happen once you open the multiverse, so who knows which Spider-Man we're getting? Japanese Spider-Man, which animated Spider-Man? There's multiple animated Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. Close the multiverse, close it now. Folks, if you like this video, leave a comment below and say, hey, I liked your video. If you didn't, don't worry. It might be the last one I make. I hope you enjoy Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. No Way Home.